The defending IWFL champion Pittsburgh Passion have not lost a game since 2013. Their rivals, the New York Sharks, came closer to knocking them off in their last meeting than anyone during that span. This is the third meeting this year between get the hat trick, or will the Sharks finally get their prey? Hello and a very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Chris Shovlin with former Pittsburgh Passion star Jennifer Carins. We are here at Couple Stadium on Pittsburgh's South Side for the third meeting between the New York Sharks and the Pittsburgh Passion tonight here on the Champs Sports Network. And it is the IWFL playoffs. This one could go down as the most critical matchup of the year. The Passion, a perfect 8-0. They ride an 18-game win streak into the night. The Sharks are 6-2, having lost only to Pittsburgh twice. But, Jen, that last one was a close one. 21-14, Pittsburgh prevailed on a windy night in southern Brooklyn.
It absolutely was a close one there, Chris. I think a little too close for comfort from the Passion, but a good wake-up call that they can have those close matchups and come out victorious.
It was really windy. The weather played a huge factor in that one. It could play a factor here tonight because it's been sunny, it's been rainy, it's been breezy, it's been everything. Let's talk about the players before we talk about the weather.
Well, Chris, we know that both of these teams bring high-powered offenses to the table, but tonight we want to focus on the defensive side of the ball.
Right now, let's go to the national anthem here on the stadium surface. That was Cherie Wilkerson, and she was up here in the booth with us singing the national anthem.
You know, the ladies of the Passion are multi-talented.
They really are.
That was such a stirring rendition of the national anthem. Well done, Cherie.
And you were about to say?
We were about to say that today teams have high-powered offenses. We're going to turn our attention to the defensive side of the ball as our players to watch. For the Passion, number 57, defensive lineman Jessica Nelko. She's one of the team's leading tacklers and has been shutting down opposing offenses all season long. She has 9 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles thus far this season, and we're expecting another stellar performance from her here tonight. On the flip side of the ball, for the Sharks, we're looking at number 99 defensive line woman Delmara Reese. Equally as impressive as Jessica Nelko, she has 13 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. You better believe that we're going to expect to see her in the backfield chasing down both Horton and Catone.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the keys to victory. How do these two teams try to get a win tonight?
Well, in a must-win matchup like tonight between two teams who know each other well, the keys to the game are both simple and the same. They both need to minimize the preventable mistakes, have the proper personnel on the field at all times, know the snap count, and most importantly, keep their cool. Both of these teams, Chris, have given up field position and points to lesser teams via simple errors, but neither can afford to do so tonight against an equally skilled rival.
All right, should be a good one, Jen. We mentioned how close the last game was in New York, but weather did play a fact, really turned Pittsburgh one-dimensional that night.
It did, and you know, right now the skies look blue and the sun is out. But if that rain starts to fall again, it's going to be to New York's advantage.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much the rain as much as it was the wind, because the wind was just whipping off the ocean that night when they were in Brooklyn.
Absolutely, but the rain we know, especially the kind that we've been having dumped on us for weeks now in Pittsburgh, will limit the air attack by the Pittsburgh Passion.
Yeah, point well taken, no doubt about it. Coin toss dedicated in honor of Dr. Tanya Hagan, who left us way, way too early. She was such a friend to all of us, and the Passion starting a tradition tonight of honoring pioneer women who have changed the world for the better. The first honoree, Veronica Garner, known mostly as Ronnie. Her career began in 1960 when she played in the initial year of the Girls Catholic Basketball League. She became assistant women's coach at Duquesne University, a basketball official at all levels as well. And we're most proud that in 1969, Ronnie became a member of the first professional women's tackle football program playing for the Pittsburgh Powder Kegs. She's being honored here tonight. Got to toss the coin.
Throughout the years, we've had the pleasure of meeting a number of the ladies from that Powder Keg era, and they are just phenomenal women.
Well, Pittsburgh is going to take control of the football first, and New York will kick off, and that might be a blessing because I remember the last time that these two teams played here at Couples Stadium. New York returned the opening kickoff for a TD, and Pittsburgh had to play from behind.
Absolutely, it was a quick punch in the jaw to the Pittsburgh last go round.
But they came back and won that game handily. The tough, close game was in New York, in Brooklyn, as we had mentioned. Dana Mineta gets the kicking chores here. Gets the signal. Here it comes. Ball is tall over to the far side. It's going to take a hop and finally grabbed, and the return is on by Kim Beaver. This is Beaver with a wedge in front of her, able to slice through the blockers and finally gets tumbled backwards just shy of the 30-yard line. And the initial hit made by Amber Terrell of the New York Sharks. Pittsburgh goes on offense. Now, I had asked Remy Olenzak a little bit earlier if there was any trick in the bag of the Pittsburgh Passion. Typically, they have one for the first play of the game, don't they, Jen?
They do, and the New York Sharks are well aware of that, but it doesn't mean they're going to be able to stop it if Lisa Horton pulls one out of her bag of tricks tonight.
Passion playoffs, they've made it 8 of the last 9 seasons, including 5 straight. The national championship last year where they ran the table. Lisa Horton in at quarterback, getting set to run the offense now. Here's Baker in motion out of the right side, slot going left. First down and 10. Lisa with a pump and a quick shot over there. Bubble screen looking for Wadowski and overthrew her. A little forward, a little tall that time.
So not the trick play that we're used to seeing from the Pittsburgh Passion in the first play of the game, but that was probably part of the trickery all along.
Not to do one. Second down and 10. Wadowski and Baker go to the left side. And it's Sharon Vasquez wearing the orange sneakers out to the right. Kate Sullivan is off the end spot, the tight end spot over to the left side, and now a long ball down the left side on a streak. Looking for Rachel Wadowski, and again thrown away and incomplete. It'll bring up third down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Looks like Nandy Brown, number 18, was the defensive back on the coverage with Wadowski. Wadowski got a step on her, but just could not catch up to the pass.
They have some athletes on that New York club.
They do.
Nandy Brown is one of them. She played well against Pittsburgh the last couple of times around. So did Amber Terrell, who is now watching Baker. Third down and 10 for the Passion. Roll out left for Lisa Horton. Looks, sets, throws downfield, and incomplete. Ooh, that time the receiver, Wadowski, took her eyes off the football as it was being delivered, and she was open out on the left side flat. Should have been a first down. Instead, it's going to bring up fourth down and 10, and the Passion might have to punt this ball away.
That's one that you know Rachel wants to have back desperately.
Jen Vasta is back to receive. She's dangerous on kick returns and punt returns. Watch out for her. Here's the snap. And this one's going to be sidewinded down to the near side right. It'll bounce at the 48. It's going to stay in play. The wind started gusting all of a sudden. Vasta goes away from it, and it's going to be picked up by one of the New York Sharks. And she thought she was downing the football, but that wasn't the case. Courtney White actually will be credited with a return of 0 yards after she touched the football and stood there for a second. The Passion could have whacked her, but they just decided to tap her down.
Well, the Passion got a very generous bounce there. First having it stay in bounds and then take another 5-6 yards roll. Not as bad as the field position as it looked from first punt.
34-yard line is where New York will have the football. And here they come. Number 30 is Karen Muller. To turn the corner. Cottle gets a yard out to the 35 and gets decked over on the far side of play.
Erica Cottle does double duty at wide receiver and running back, one of Karen Mulligan's favorite targets on the field.
Kim Zabovic was there first. Kim Beaver followed up, helped out. Gain of 1, second down, 9, ball 35-yard line is the spot. Crystal Molina comes out wide to the left side now. They'll send a receiver to the right on second down and 9. Mulligan with a broken eye backfield. Marks the count. Pittsburgh's coming with a safety blitz. Cottle gets the handoff, cuts to the right side once again, and Cottle rolls upfield for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. And on the stop, the initial hit, Caitlin Niedermeyer for Pittsburgh.
Caitlin Niedermeyer also a substantial contributor all season long on the Passion defense.
Not even 2 minutes into the ball game here in Pittsburgh. And it's third down and 6 for the New York Sharks. Mulligan goes into the gun this time. Slots to both sides. And we're going to get a whistle before the snap of the football. They're going to blow this one dead for a false start call against the New York Sharks. That'll make it third down and 11. That will push the ball back inside the 33-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by PMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Biondi Lincoln, it's better at Biondi, and by Boppiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Boppiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion football team. Third down and 11. Mulligan facing a rush. Steps up, throws over the middle, and throws behind her intended receiver, Crystal Molina. Incomplete. That brings up fourth down. Jennifer Cairns, you said this was going to be a defensive struggle here tonight. I think you had the crystal ball clear as a bell.
Well, you know, both these teams, again, when you can't make any mistakes, there's zero margin. And they're both showing why these are a long rival and a good game. They don't disappoint.
Mm-hmm. Punting situation for New York. Their kicker stands. Snap. Steps up. Bangs one. It whirly-birds. And it gets hung up in the gust of wind. Bounces at the 49. Takes a New York roll down to the 40-yard line. And that's where the Sharks will tap it dead. Pittsburgh will not try to return it. They'll just take the offense out there onto the field and see if they can move it down left to right as we bring it to you on Champ Sportsnet here tonight. Dave Barry is the referee tonight. Mike Burrell Sr. is the umpire. Bill Schottenheimer, good Pittsburgh football name, the head linesman. Mike Tucci is the line judge. Jerry Lavelle, the side judge. Mike Burrell Jr. is the back judge working this game. Lisa Horton brings Pittsburgh out for its second series of plays. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Gets a snap, hands it off to Tara Catone. Catone starts right, tries to cut back left, gets wrapped up and thrown down on the play. Amy Deal was there, and Gabriella Farrell also there.
New York has always been traditionally difficult to try to run up against their middle defenders there, and they're showing you exactly why on that play.
Tara Catone, just a rookie. She's been a great surprise for Pittsburgh this year, but only picked up a yard. Maybe 2. She got 2 on that one. 2nd down and 8. Here's Horton on a roll to the right. Looking. Chase from behind, throws a sidearm pass. It's going to be incomplete. Baker reached up, came down empty at the 42-yard line.
Putting pressure on Horton was number 52, Brooklyn Fields. She had given Tara Catone a nice block there and was well on her way to Horton just as Horton unloaded the ball.
Brooklyn Fields, another one of the great athletes on this New York club, who individually has given Pittsburgh fits. Now Wadowski goes to the left side. Kate Sullivan is tight to the right. She'll be just off the line of scrimmage. Baker and Vasquez to the right side further. Catone, the single running back, to the left shoulder of Lisa Horton. 3rd down. Quick pass over to the right side. Vasquez makes the hook catch, but immediately hit on the play by Jewel Grimsley.
Tight coverage there by Jewel Grimsley, not letting Sharon Vasquez escape to the outside, which she is so capable of doing to pick up the 1st down.
Jen, she just held her to a 5-yard gain. It's 4th down and 3, and Pittsburgh will keep the ball and the offense on the field right now. Now we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be a false start against the offense here. That will cost the Passion 5 and push them back to the 43-yard line.
Punt team coming on.
Yeah, it changes the thinking, doesn't it?
Well, we talked about this too at the beginning of the game, minimizing those preventable mistakes. In the snap count on both sides of the ball, we've seen it happen.
Bass is back to receive. Remember, she is dangerous if she's in the open field. Wadowski steps into it, banks it down beyond her at the 25 to the 20. It takes a roll to the sideline and is out of bounds at the 15. That's the way to prevent a return.
Absolutely. A very nice punt by Rachel Wadowski.
Over. These teams just exchanging the football here in the early going of this ball game. We're almost 5 minutes in. Passion nothing, Sharks nothing. Here in the IWFL playoffs tonight. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Overture Technologies. Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare terms. By Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. By the Club Sport and Health, one membership, more options, keeping kitchens cooking. Chris Shovlin with former Passion star Jen Carins. Here at Couple Stadium on Pittsburgh South Side tonight. It's 1st down and 10 for New York. Mulligan in the pistol. Quick toss. Cottle around stop and go move, and Cottle is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh's defense all over it.
Yeah, it looks like Kim Zabovic had some help from Caitlin Niedermeyer as well. It's just that swarming Passion defense.
Kim Zabovic, 2 strong tackles out of her defensive end position so far tonight. Second down and 12, loss of 2 by Cottle. See if they can keep New York hemmed in here. Mulligan. High snap, controls, and that pass is going to be caught, and the receiver almost broke the tackle, but a shirt tail snagged that time. That was Maggie Nattell over on that far side. She almost got away.
She almost did, and looks like number 43, Michelle Peters, was the one who was able to hang on and prevent her from getting those extra yards down the sideline.
It is third down, about 3.5 yards to go for New York. The ball is sitting just inside the 17. They just have to, or I should say inside the 22. They have to get just past the 25. So third down. A little movement on the line. The officials didn't see it. And now New York will try to send a new running back through there off to the left. And there's some banging. You can hear the pads cracking. And they'll be shy of the first down on the run play. Running the ball that time, Shannon Morris, who is their bruising running back. And she gave a hit at
She ran into our bruiser on the other side, Olivia Griswold. And then some of Olivia's friends came in to help finish the Shark running back off.
It is fourth down and about 1.5 yards. Mulligan and the offense are still out there. They're going to go for it deep in their own territory. Maybe they're going to try to challenge with Morris once again.
Perhaps. Maybe just try to draw the passion off sides.
They have Morris in at the tailback spot. And they bring one of their linemen in to play fullback now. They're going to go. Here's the snap. Here's Morris running to the right, trying to turn the corner, still fighting for it. No, she won't get it. Great defensive play by Pittsburgh. They threw everything. Kim Zabovic was in there. Also in there, Michelle Peters.
Excellent stop there by the Pittsburgh defense. I mean, this is what they're known for. A little bit surprised that New York would take such a risk this early in the game, knowing that you're now going to turn the ball over to the high-powered passion offense and deep in Shark territory.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Noggin Sport Incorporated. Protect your noggin with a noggin. By Atlas Resources Partners LP. Atlas Resources Partners has over 40 years of experience in oil and gas development, the longest among its peers. Here's a run to the right side. This is Catone. She's going to turn that corner, tried to anyway, through the stiff arm, but that time Maggie Natel was able to knock her down.
Looked like Catone was going to do what she does best and find that edge to the outside. And she stiff-armed that first New York defender that was going to allow her to do so, only to be finished off by a counterpart on the Sharks.
In there, second down and 3 after a gain of 7 by Tara Catone. Here's Lisa, under center this time with an eye backfield behind her. Sierra Chick is the fullback, Catone the tailback, and Catone trying to turn it outside, gets rolled over. And a great play by Terrell. And that's going to cause a couple of yard loss for Pittsburgh.
Amber Terrell is teeing up on Tara Catone. She looks to be shadowing Tara wherever she's going. So I imagine that's her one-on-one assignment today.
Listening to the game and watching here on Champ Sports, the official broadcast team of the Pittsburgh Passion, Chris Shovlin, Jen Carins, former Pittsburgh star, with me here in the booth. It is now third down and 4 for the Passion. Going backwards here. And Horton fakes the handoff, goes with the toss. Here comes Catone, turning it down to the 10, down to the 9, and runs out of room on the sideline. But that's going to be a Pittsburgh first down in the Silver Sports Silver Zone.
Looks like that time it was number 56, Gabriella Farrell, who was able to come over and push Catone out of bounds, but not before she could cross that first down marker.
And it looks like New York wants a timeout. Them going for it on fourth down and 2 deep in their own territory and not getting it really could end up costing the New York Sharks.
And they can't be surprised by this. I mean, the two teams, again, I don't feel like a broken record, but they know each other so well. To even give the Passion a chance that close is only going to bring them out more energized. And now you feel like the Passion Sharks are circling around the New York Sharks. They smell the blood in the water.
Richard Harrigan, their head coach and offensive coordinator, thought his bruising offense, his goal line offense really, would have gotten that first down, but it did not. They had Morris in, and I believe it was Nikki Joseph who was working at fullback. She comes off the line of scrimmage. She's actually off the defensive line. It comes in as a blocking back, and they just could not get it. Now it is first down and goal for Pittsburgh. 9.5 yards away from Pater. Lisa Horton has a stacked eye behind her. Sierra Chick is the fullback. Fakes it to her, fakes it to Catone, rolls left, throws left. Wadowski, touchdown, Pittsburgh, from 9.5 yards away on a curl out to the left. Lisa Horton striking. Rachel Wadowski, and Pittsburgh is on the board first.
Complete blown coverage there by the New York Sharks defense with Rachel Wadowski wide open in the end zone, and this time they are
29 to go here in the first period of play. Pittsburgh strikes after the New York mistake. Amy Fallon is on to kick the extra point for the Passion. And the holder is Jessica Melodia. Here's the kick. Big rush shot. She is able to wind it through the uprights. And now we have a flag after the kick goes through. So let's see what this is going to be all about. Maybe a roughing the kicker call, perhaps. That'll be assessed on the kickoff, so the point stands. It's a 7-0 ball game. The Passion in the lead over the New York Sharks in this playoff game in Pittsburgh tonight.
Pittsburgh Passion offense doing what it does best, finding the end zone. And it's a combination that we've called often this season, Horton to Wadowski.
Costly error by New York, trying to go for deep in their own territory on 4th down and 2. Pittsburgh coming up big defensively, handing the ball back to the offense, and the offense takes it in. Rachel Wadowski from Lisa Horton. Amy Fallon with a kick, 7-0 Pittsburgh. Well, we were commenting about how challenging the weather might be. It's turned out to be a beautiful evening here on the south side.
It's perfect.
Amy Fallon has it teed up. She kicks it off. It's going to go end over end. And it'll be taken down inside the 6-yard line, and the return is on. Remember, New York is dangerous in the kick game.
There's a flag.
And again, down the far sideline, we've got a runner still up on her feet. She's going to take it all the way back to the Pittsburgh 28-yard line.
It looks like it was number 18, Mandy Brown, who has carried it all the way into Passion territory near the 30-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be a block in the back, Jen. They're going to bring this back. Wow. Mandy Brown, she was not only off to the races, but zigging and zagging downfield and literally stunning the Passion as she zipped by them. Talked about the New York return game. It burned Pittsburgh a couple of times the last time that they played here.
Their return game and the Pittsburgh Passion have been focusing more and more on their special teams at practice, trying to negate that effectiveness.
Talked to a lot of football coaches down through the years, and, everybody talks about offense and defense, and, special teams is, that's part of the game, but, most coaches will tell you it's 1/3 of the game, and you better concentrate on it. So it's good to hear that the Passion have been working on it. Especially against New York, they need the help. Pittsburgh showing blitz here as New York has the ball back at its own 18-yard line. And here's Mulligan giving off, and they're going to run right up the middle. And a big stack of bodies out at the 23-yard line as number 23, Shannon Morris, carries that football. She'll pick up 5 before Stephanie Belachko nails her. And it looks like New York is going to go to the power game.
They're going to try to do what they can. They have the size advantage against the Pittsburgh Passion defense. There's, no doubt about that. But and they will swarm, and that's
2nd down 5 now for New York. Mulligan under center. Morris gets the handoff, finds a hole over on the right side, digs her way through it. She's going to be close to the marker, and it looks like second effort. She'll have the first down at the 29-yard line. Tia Montgomery was there. A couple of other Passion players. Kim Zavovic was one. We also saw Peters, I believe.
Tremendous second effort there by the ball carrier. That's what pushed her over to the first down. She was carrying a couple Passion players as well on her back.
Well, power of football for New York now. They started with Cottle. They've decided to go with Morris. Cottle with the speed and the elusiveness, but Pittsburgh was able to find her. Morris with the strength, and Pittsburgh can't seem to stop her. Now Cottle coming off of the wing and out of the slot, taking the handoff, gets tripped up by Michelle Peters after a 1-yard pickup. .340 left here in the first quarter of play. If you're listening along on Champ Sportsnet tonight, Passion with a 7-0 lead over the New York Sharks. Rachel Wadowski with the touchdown catch from Lisa Horton from 9 yards out. That came with 5:29 to go here in the first period of play. Amy Fallon added the extra point kick. That was after New York tried to go on a 4th down and 2 situation deep in their own territory, failed to convert. Pittsburgh took the ball and marched it in. 2nd down and 9 as the sun all of a sudden burst out behind the cloud cover here tonight, casting long shadows on the green field turf here at Couples Stadium.
And straight into the Passion defense's eyes. They're the one facing the sun.
But New York helped, and they called the timeout. They had the advantage, you're right.
They did.
Mulligan signaled for the timeout. And she did it as she walked up to the line of scrimmage and surveyed the Pittsburgh defense. So she must have seen something she either was uncomfortable with or thought, maybe we should change this play. Let me talk to the coach.
Right. Well, that's the benefit of having a veteran like Karen Mulligan under center. She can recognize those things and knows how to make the judgment call.
Mm-hmm. I understand Beth Amato is here at the game tonight. Pittsburgh Passion star, one of the original members of the club, and of course was injured while training, jogging, hit by a car. Unfortunately, a very sad accident, and an accident indeed it was, as the driver couldn't see her with the sunlight one morning, and it's great to see that Beth is on the road to recovery. Thank goodness.
It is. You can see her on the sidelines down there chatting away from behind. You know, she looks like the same old. I'm sure the vibrant energy is fueling this team right now.
2nd down and 9 after the New York timeout. They're going to give to Cottle. We've got flags. And we've got Cottle still up, and finally the whistle's going to blow, and they're going to stop the play. All kinds of craziness was going on. A couple of flags down.
Looks like Sharon Vasquez is being held there, but it'll be interesting to see what the call is.
Dave Barry is the referee. It is against New York. Teresa Kahn, Harvey Smith, the co-head coaches of the Passion. They're looking at Harvey saying, what do you want to do, coach? He says, let's take it. That'll put the ball back to the 21-yard line. Holding call indeed. First quarter sponsor is the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. The aforementioned first period of play. Passion with a 7-0 lead over New York.
That penalty makes it 2nd and 19.
Play fake. Mulligan rolling right, looking, setting, sidearm, throw down. Brylan Fields, and Fields able to break down. Fields goes for 18 yards on the pass play, and we're going to get another flag at the end of that play.
Fields didn't do that gracefully or quickly, but she was very effective in picking up those yards after the catch.
Now that penalty is going to be on the Passion. You said 2nd and 19. I said she gained 18. She got 17 of it, but they're still going to get the first down after the penalty, a personal foul call, late hit, and face mask.
It's that keeping your cool component that we talked about at the beginning of the game. In a game like this, between heated rivals and a win-or-go-home situation, I mean, that more than ever has got to be a focus, and those leaders on the Passion defense need to remind each other of that.
Now the sunshine grows bright again. The shadows are long and tall. So we have a break in the cloud cover right above Couple Stadium on the beautiful south side of Pittsburgh. The sun is in the Pittsburgh Passion defenders' eyes. Karen Mulligan under center. Oh, she couldn't find the wide receiver who was coming around on the. That was Erica Cottle running what was supposed to be a jet sweep, but it looked like a revolving door for the quarterback as she spun completely around, couldn't find Cottle, finally got the ball to her. They're going to lose 8 yards on the play.
Cottle on that jet sweep was coming inside Mulligan in the center, and Mulligan looked as though she was expecting her behind. And like you're right, she just then revolving door, and the ball ends up on the ground, and Cottle does what she can to cover it up and maintain possession.
Well, they're going to spot progress back to the 47-yard line. So it's going to make it second down and 16 yards to go. We have 44 seconds left in the UPMC Sports Medicine first quarter of play. Passion with a 7-0 lead over the Sharks of New York. Slot to the left side wide. Mulligan eyeing it up, goes under center, drops back, gives off, running back will carry. This is Morris, and she gets blasted after about a 3-yard gain. Hit hard by Tia Montgomery.
Tia Montgomery was not about to let Shannon Morris break through. She met that freight train head on.
That train was chugging, too.
Mm-hmm.
And we have come to the end of the first period of play after one quarter. Here at Couple Stadium on the historic south side of Pittsburgh, it is the Passion 7 and the New York Sharks nothing here in this IWFL playoff game with Jen Carins, Chris Shovlin back after this on the Champ Sports Network.
And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student-athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Well, we had mentioned earlier that Passion star Beth Amato was here at the game tonight. Michael Rossi, the stadium announcer, just acknowledged her, and she got a nice roar from the crowd. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Now, New York moving left to right as they turn the field around, and the pass by Mulligan thrown out into the left side, incomplete. Sharon Vasquez was breaking on the ball that time and was probably closer than the intended receiver on the play, Laura Baden.
Yeah, dangerous pass there by Karen Mulligan. Lucky for her that Vasquez did not come down with it because she would have had a clear path going the other direction.
Now New York will have to punt. But first, a flag. Going to get a substitution penalty against New York. I think what happened was Nandi Brown wasn't originally in the lineup, and all of a sudden she came darting onto the field and didn't do it legally. Well, they're going to try it again, this time 5 yards further back. Line of scrimmage will be the 44-yard line. Here's the snap and running sideways to get it is Mineta. The punt is going to be blocked. Griswold got a hand on it. She's going to pick it up at the 20, down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. She dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Olivia Griswold does it again on special teams. And what did we just tell you about how important it is to play all three sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams, just like Olivia just did.
And I believe that's Olivia's second block punt on the season. First one for a return TD. But man, are New York kicking themselves in the butt for taking that early fourth down conversion attempt.
No question about that. Now Pittsburgh doesn't have enough people out there on the kick team, and they have to hurry up and get an extra body out. Sam Simeon got out there in time to set up his on the line. Here's the snap. Fallon puts her foot into it. It is high, end over end. It is good. 14-0. Pittsburgh leads with 14:37 to go here in the Silver Sports second quarter. Wow, Olivia Griswold again. She is not only a terror on defense, Jen, she has been a special teams terror for teams across the IWFL for years.
Absolutely. I mean, she's got the perfect combination of speed and size, and so she gives all sorts of defenders problems, whether they are offensive or special teams. And she just showed right there what makes her such an incredible threat and weapon for the Pittsburgh Passion.
14-0. Pittsburgh in the lead. Griswold with the block, the recovery, and the return. Now Pittsburgh in control of this one, at least at the moment. You never know about New York, though. This is a dangerous ball club. And immediately you have to quit celebrating and think about the returners that they have out there on the field. Nandi Brown and Jennifer Vasta. And the kick is going to be just pooched up into the air by Fallon. A quasi-onside kick. Vasquez fighting for it, recovers it. How about that? Just a little pop-up. And Pittsburgh fooled New York. Vasquez fought for the ball and got it on the onside. Let me take that back. That was Remy Olenzak who got it. Not number 8, number 6. Remy Olenzak, who we talked to in the pregame interview here on the Champ Sports Network tonight.
Passion moving quick, trying to get the defense off guard. He's not set.
Now the Passion offense running hard, and this is going to be Tara Catone, and Catone will dive into the middle of the line and pick up about 3 or 4. And on the stop, Delmara Reese off the defensive line for New York. But let's go back to Remy Olenzak. She saw that pop-up coming off of Fallon's kickoff. It stunned everybody. New York totally surprised. They were looking for the long kick. Instead, it just looped over the front line, hit the ground, and Olenzak dug it out of there and got it back for Pittsburgh. Now the play fake to the left, the run to the right. Catone tears down the field and gets a first down all the way to the 22-yard line for Pittsburgh.
Well, when you have a skilled asset like Amy Fallon who can give you that flexibility, I mean, they don't have to kick to the Nandy Browns. They creatively kicked away from her, and we're hoping to capitalize on it by just not allowing a return, and instead they got the onside kick recovery.
Remy Olenzak, she had that twinkle in her eye when she was up here in the press box with us before the game started. So
you're her good luck charm now, Chris.
I don't know. I thought it was you. First down and 10. Lisa Horton will send Angela Baker over to the left side. She draws the snap, play action fake, rushes on. She has to curl out to the left. She directs traffic, now throws downfield, end zone, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rachel Wadowski with her feet almost on the back line of the end zone, able to reach up, look back into the sunshine, and yank that one down out of the sky.
And Lisa Horton did a tremendous job looping off the defender, but the defender's got to know that she cannot turn her back to number 17, Rachel Wadowski. She just simply got out of position and allowed Rachel to be wide open in the corner of the end zone.
Fallon on for the kick. Placement there. Kick is up. Kick is away. Kick is good.
All of a sudden, in a short span of time, we're looking at a 21-0 ball game here, Chris.
Wow. Deflating for New York. What was a defensive game, Jen, up until the time that New York decided to go for it on 4th and 2 deep in their own territory has turned into an offensive fireworks display a week before the 4th of July.
Absolutely. Well, you've got New York making those preventable mistakes. Having a block in the back on that amazing kick return by Nandy Brown that could have swung the momentum their way. And then a block punt on special teams.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Lowe's Home Improvement. Never stop improving at Lowe's. Perkins Dental Associates, one life, one smile. Another pop-up. This one's going to go a little bit deeper, and Fallon will bounce it down to Vasta. And Vasta on the return will run right into the arms of Zubovic, and she'll knock her down at the 34, 35-yard line.
Calling Kim's number a lot today. She's also been one of those longtime contributors on the defense and special teams.
Kim Zubovic also works in the management side of the Pittsburgh Passion operation as well. She is the general manager of the club, along with serving as number 98 on the field. Now it's 1st down and 10, New York. Mulligan with her eyes being blazed by the sun. Throws one down the left side. It's going to be caught. This one's going to go for a New York touchdown. Wow. Ryland Fields making the catch. And taking it all the way to the house. And New York gets on the board.
Well, it's the exact jolt the New York team needs, not only offensively but defensively as well, because, again, they had 14 points put up on them relatively quickly, but this is a nice way for them to answer back.
Fields from Mulligan. Now they're on to kick the point after. I was just starting to say when I saw Fields streaking down the green lawn that Mulligan had the sun in her eyes, and it didn't seem to bother her because she looked to the left away from the sun and found Fields wide open.
She absolutely did. And then Fields did the rest of the work. I mean, because she was in the middle of the field where she was, those defenders on the sidelines who are our speed were not able to have the right angles to catch her before she crossed the end line.
So all of a sudden it's a 2-touchdown game again. And New York's got to be feeling pretty good because they got a quick strike.
Their defense, though, here needs to hold. If they can force the Passion offense into the 4 and out, it'll be the momentum builder that they need to swing this ball game the other way.
Second period brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Petroleum Technical Services. They specialize in petroleum equipment sales, service, and installation, and handle any related project you need accomplished, from design stages to state permitting, all the way to handing you the keys. They've got you covered at Petroleum Technical Services. Here's the run-up and the kick from New York's Dana Mineta. And coming back with the football is Kim Beaver. Beaver running near side, then cutting upfield over the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Making the stop, Courtney White for the New York Sharks.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Chris. Beaver did a good job on the first New York Shark defender that met her on number 81, Maggie Nattell, but wasn't able to shed those following behind her.
1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pittsburgh with the football. Lisa Horton and the offense are back. Kate Sullivan is the tight end to the right side. She'll split just a yard off the line. Angela Baker's over there to the right. She'll come in motion left. Wadowski is the wide out to the left side. Now Baker settles in to Catone. She'll run down that left side slot area over the 40, ahead to the 45 to the 47-yard line. And Catone met by Nandy Brown and by Sanders. Gain of 8 by Tara Catone. 2nd down and 2 for the Pittsburgh Passion. 12:20 to go here in the second quarter. 21-7. Pittsburgh leading New York. Horton has Sierra Chick in at fullback, and now she breaks the eye. Catone is the tailback. New York showing blitz. Baker crosses in front of Horton in motion to the right side. Here's the handoff and a quick opener. It's going to go to Sierra Chick. Chick on the fly. 45 down to the 40 in New York territory. A first down for Pittsburgh. Sierra Chick. It looked as if, Jen, that she had turned around and told Lisa Horton, look at that area over there. I think I can run through it. And that's where Lisa delivered the ball.
And that's exactly what she did. I mean, Sierra Chick and Tara Catone equally matched in speed, equally matched in power. The New York Sharks have their hands full.
First down, 10 yards to go. Horton with a play action fake. Curls to the left, throws downfield. Ball is tapped and dropped. Kate Sullivan looking back behind it. Hit her in the left hand, and she could not drag it in.
And we want to make sure that Sierra's husband gets his due. She's known to us for years as Sierra Chick, but has since been married and has adopted his name as Kimbrough. So we got to get used to that.
All right.
So no offense to him if he's listening. We just know her for many years as Chick, and so there you go.
Okay, Mr. Kimbrough, we apologize. We want to get you in there too. So Sierra Kimbrough now running the football, and she's in at fullback.
Chick is going to still slip out of my mouth.
I know. We're used to it. And actually, I saw that she was added to the roster, and they added it as Sierra Chick, but it's Sierra Kimbrough.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Horton, bootleg over to the right side after she faked the handoff, and she got drilled by Jewel Grimsley over on that far side. It's going to be a loss on the play. Back to the 43-yard line. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Running clock. Second quarter brought to you by Silver Sport. 21-7, Passion in the lead. It's 3rd down and 13 for Pittsburgh. Sullivan is the tight end of the right side, and she is the last receiver in that area. 3 receivers all to the left this time. Single back in Catone. New York blitzing. Horton setting, throwing, has blockers, throws downfield, left side. Rachel Wadowski jumps up, can't bring it down, and she was covered by Nandi Brown that time. That pass a little bit over her fingertips.
Both Nandi Brown and Rachel both went up for that jump ball. Neither could come down with it.
Pittsburgh Passion football tonight brought to you by PT's Pizza Palace, proud supporter of number 87, Joe Croce, and the Pittsburgh Passion by California University of Pennsylvania, building character and building careers. Also by People's Natural Gas, providing Western Pennsylvania with clean, safe, and reliable natural gas. Fourth down and 13. Pittsburgh will keep the offense out there. Baker comes in motion to the left. Horton, play action. Rolls left, looks. She's going to tuck and run. Penalty flags are flying. Horton goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's going to be about 5 yards shy of the first down stick. But we've got a penalty against Pittsburgh. It's going to be a holding call against Pittsburgh, and New York will wave it off. They say, we'll take the ball.
This is the defensive stand that the New York Sharks needed to make. Now they'll need their offense to come on and move the ball in the Passion defense to get this game to within 1 touchdown.
Horton was run down at the 34-yard line. That's where New York will take over. They'll try to bring it left to right with 9:57 to go here in the second period. Passion with a 21-7 lead over New York. Pittsburgh put the first 21 up on the board. New York is dangerous. Let's see what they do here. They have their power backs in again. And the give off will go to Morris. Morris running off the left side will pick up about 5 or 6. Malachko made the stop on the play for Pittsburgh.
And I just noticed that number 17, Rachel Wadowski's out there on defense, looking to be maybe in the free safety position.
Well, she has all that height, and that might have something to do with it. Plus, she can maneuver pretty well. Gain of 6, second down and 4 now for New York. They have the ball at their own 41-yard line. Mulligan turns around, gives to Morris once again. She runs into a crush of players, then she'll bang forward for about 2 more yards. Maybe 3. And she's going to be a yard shy of the first down marker at the 43-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. New York starting to pick up some steam in their step here. Crystal Molina will go out wide to the left side now. She draws single coverage. Dropping back is the quarterback Mulligan. She'll hand off on a quick opener. They'll bang it up the middle for the first down. A pickup of 7 yards on the straight run for New York. That time it was Hadisha Butts who came in and ran that football straight forward. So again, New York going with a power game here, and it's paying off.
Got a stable of those power runners that can carry the ball between Hadisha Butts and Shannon Morris. Nikki Joseph.
Now they bring Morris back in. She and Cottle play fake. Mulligan wants to throw. Zips one over to the right side. Morris turning around, spinning, looking for the football. Couldn't bring it down. Zabovic and Peters were in coverage out there in the flat. 2nd down and 10 now. New York at the 50-yard line. Molina goes over to the left side. She'll be the slot receiver. And Maggie Natella's out there wide to the left. Everybody's. Here's a fake toss, and now they go with a quick opener. They faked it to Cottle, ran it to Morris. Morris digs upfield for a yard, and that's all. And Morris got decked by Tia Montgomery on the play that time, and also in there for Pittsburgh. Diving after the ball carrier was Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Those linebackers of the Passion not fooled by the fake to Cottle. Sniffing out the true ball carrier.
Same formation for New York, 2 receivers to the left. Mattel is out wide, and in the slot once again is Molina. Here's the snap. They again fake the wide toss. Now Mulligan on a whirlybird passes out to the right side. It's going to be Congress in the right flat, and she is jammed up by Tia Montgomery and jacked down.
Looked like she had more running room. Fields to make that cut to the outside. Instead,
Oh, you're right. That was Fields who came out of the backfield that time and not Morris. My mistake. But she got lit up. Now it is 4th down and 4 for New York as they pick up 5 on the pass play. And over on the far side, Brylan Fields is shaken up. She's down on her knees right now, and the officials are going to hold her down until the trainers come out to make sure she's all right.
It looks like she was walking off, and then her coach told her to take a knee, and she did enough to hear the whistle, and then got up to walk again, and the officials said, no, you got to have that trainer look at you. She looks to be okay, just maybe the wind knocked out of her, and that happens when Tia clocks you.
She clocked her all right.
Remember those tackling drills that defense used to do with each other?
You mean you're hurting your teammates?
Oh, they sometimes forget they're your teammates.
Pass over to the right side on the fourth down play, and it's going to be caught. And Maggie Nattel able to tiptoe and dance down the right side before Peters finds her and knocks her down. That's going to move the chains, and New York keeps possession of the football under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Passion leading 21-7. New York will have the ball at the 33-yard line in the Pittsburgh end of the field. They're moving left to right. And Pro Football Hall of Famer and Passion co-owner Franco Harris has just made his way into Couple Stadium. Always a Pittsburgh fan favorite.
Whenever he's in town, he tries to be here for these games. So, very integral part of the Passion family.
He's just such a great guy, too. First down and 10. New York with the football now. Little fire drill shift. And they're going to send a triangle over to the left side. Trip set. Morris will step up to the left now, swing around Mulligan to the right, and the direct snap will go to her. Or not Morris, rather, but Butts is in there. And Butts grabs the football, starts left, cuts back right, zips downfield over the 30, and dropped at the 27-yard line. For the snap of the football. Now we have a Passion. Olivia Griswold took a little bit of extra time to get back up, but she's all right.
Good job by the New York Sharks center there to deliver the ball to the direct snap to the running back because Mulligan and her were having did a great job. She looked to the outside and pick up some positive yardage.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Three Rivers Paintball, Western Pennsylvania's largest paintball facility, family owned and operated since 1983. Here's New York running the football. Cottle up the middle, finds a hole. 25-20, breaks a tackle. 15, cuts near side to the 10, down to the 5, and drags one of the Passion players into the end zone for the touchdown. Erica Cottle zipping, zigging, zagging, and going all the way.
Erica Cottle there. The only thing preventing her from crossing that end zone is number 40, Crystal Kozo, and she dragged Crystal Kozo with her across the goal line.
3:51 left here in the first half of play, and again, a tight ball game. Let's see what New York could do with this extra point kick here. Snap, placement, kick is on its way. Flag flies, kick is up, kick is good, but let's see if it's going to count. The officials will chat.
It's against New York. These little mistakes. New York shooting themselves in the foot. Now they have to have a redo. Every point counts between these two teams.
You better believe it. Maggie Nattel will try the extra point kick again. Laura Baden is the holder. Here's the snap. Placement down. And this time the kick hits the left upright and banks out to the left. No good. Every point does count. And that one didn't. 21-13 will be the score.
The kicking game for New York has never been as solid as the Pittsburgh Passion, and so you got to know that they're aware of that as a chink in their armor when they have to line up and do it a second time, and that proves right there that there's no guarantee.
You know, that may be a preview of what we see in the NFL this coming fall because they have moved the extra point spot back, and it's basically from the 15-yard line now. So it's going to be interesting in the NFL. We saw it happen here. You would think that the extra point would be automatic from the 2.5-yard spot that you snap for center. in the traditional football setting. And you saw what happened after New York had to back up and try it again. Well, New York will kick back to Pittsburgh. It's a tighter game, 21-13. The Passion in the lead after being spotted 21 points to start. And on the return comes near side 25, cut and gets tracked down at the 32-yard line. And it was Jenna Goldsack who ran her down.
You got to believe that the Pittsburgh Passion offense and Lisa Horton want to make the most of this 3 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock and go into halftime with another TD under their belt.
1st and 10 from the 33. Horton drops back, gives to Catone. She runs right side, has a head of steam, and just gets shoestring tackled at the 40-yard line. Farrell made the stop on the play over on that far side, just getting her by the laces.
And lucky for the New York Sharks that she did, because Tara Catone was ready to turn that corner and have paid her.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Pittsburgh with the ball. 3:14 to go here in the second quarter. It's the Passion 21, New York 13. IWFL playoffs. Baker in motion to the left side now for Pittsburgh. Horton calling for the snap and the pistol. Wraps the handoff around to Sierra Kimbrough. Kimbrough will run it for about a yard, and that's all. Good play up front by New York. And it was Brown leading the way. Third down and 1 for Pittsburgh. Baker goes in motion. Horton fakes a handoff. And now Catone will take the handoff and run the ball off to the right side and picks up the first down and a 3-yard gain. That was just tough physical line play right there.
It absolutely was. And the New York defense has to be expecting a run up the middle and be able to stop something like that if they want to change the momentum of this game. They have the size up front to do it.
1:58 left here in the first half of play. Now we're getting the 2-minute warning. And we're going to play on. Horton steps up under center this time. Drops back, rolls left, evades the rush, throws downfield. Ball is caught and knocked out of bounds. How Lisa Horton was able to evade the rush, I'm not entirely positive, because there was a New York Shark right in her face mask that time, and that was Tampa Brown.
That just shows you the poise and the strength that Lisa Horton possesses. I mean, she's not big in stature, but she's rock solid. And so defenders like that need to go at her with more than just a hand if they expect to bring her down.
So Lisa Tampa Brown was right there in her grill. Lisa was able to get rid of it. First down and 10, Pittsburgh. Blitz coming from the left side. Lisa steps up, throws downfield, looking for Wadowski. She was able to swing around the defender, slide in for the catch down at the 22-yard line.
Nandy Brown on the coverage there never got her head around to see where the ball was at. I don't even think she realized that Wojo had caught it. But another great connection between Lisa Horton and Rachel Wadowski.
First and 10, Pittsburgh. Ball sitting between the 22 and 23-yard line. Passion moving right to left. There goes Catone. Has a hole. 25 down to the 15 to the 10. Down to the 5, and she's going to slide into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tara Catone. Just turning one outside. And running down that sideline for 23 yards out.
They're going to say she stepped out of bounds.
Ooh, okay. So they're going to bring that out to the 3, and the Passion will now call a timeout, so no touchdown. Tara Catone ruled out at the 3. I thought she had slid in there, and there was a celebration. The crowd roared. Teammates jumping up and down, but she was out of bounds.
You do what you can to try to convince that official on the field that you made it across that line.
Couldn't sell it back
Act like you belong
hard
there.
enough. Couldn't sell it that hard enough.
I mean, this is mission critical right here for the New York Shark defense. Backs against the wall. Minute between them and group.
.104 to go here in the second period of play. Passion in the Silver Sports Silver Zone now, leading at 21-13, trying to tack some more on. Catone will dot the I behind Kimbrough. Baker motion left. Hand off Catone. They're trying to feed her after downfield. Catone strung out to the left and gets dumped at around the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. And Brown made the stop on the play. Nandy Brown just grabbed her around the shoulder pads and whipped her down. Second down, goal to go. This time it's going to be Sierra Kimbrough, and she'll try the middle. She's all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You got to think Lisa Horton's calling her own number at this time.
Now, Pittsburgh wanted to go with a hurry up. I think New York called timeout quickly so they couldn't get the play off. Now the officials are grouping together to make sure that they have one. Let's see. Did they call the timeout or not? I can tell you this. Coach Richard Harrigan is over there losing his mind. You can hear him all the way up in the press box. New York did finally call timeout. 17 seconds left in the period.
Well, now they're calling. Now Pittsburgh is being.
Was Pittsburgh called for the timeout?
Pittsburgh called for the timeout.
Ooh. Well, I'm not sure why they stopped play then. You know, I thought New York was trying to call timeout.
It seemed like they were. I mean, how heated he was in the sideline, and he was jawing with the official.
Well, the officials are huddling up. The two teams are huddling up. We have 17 seconds left in the second period of play. Second quarter brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, and the Passion at the far edge of the Silver Sports Silver Zone right now. Of course, they'd like to punch it a couple more inches and get that score. Now we have coaches out there on the field, and I believe I heard referee Dave Berry yell up, they have one timeout each. I'm still trying to figure out why they stopped the play the first time around. Why did New York be allowed? Why were they allowed to stop play? And then Pittsburgh ended up calling the timeout. Here's Horton under center at the goal line. She does call her own number. And she punches it in. Lisa Horton from a yard away. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 13 seconds left in the half. Amy Fallon on to kick for the point. Passion lead at 27-13. See if she can make this a 15-point game. Snap, placement, kick, line drive, up, good. Pittsburgh leads at 28-13 over the New York Sharks with 13 seconds left in the half. Jen, I don't know about you, but this is pretty much the game I expected.
It is. You know, they never disappoint. They live up to the billing.
And really, when you think about it, New York has only made a handful of mistakes so far in this game. But they've been costly.
Every one Pittsburgh Passion has capitalized on. And that's what you would expect from both teams. They're of such caliber that there is no room for error on the other side.
Amy Fallon has the ball teed up, kicks it off from the 40, zips it up into the air. Amber Terrell runs under it, near side 20, 25, 30. Gets by 1, gets by 2.
She should get out of bounds. Give her quarterback one play.
Yeah. Up to the 40-yard line is where they're going to go. Put her down at the 42. 4 seconds left, so they do have the one play to go. New York with the football at the 42-yard line, first down, and you might as well say first and goal. First down and 10, but only 4 seconds left here in this first half of play. Mulligan taking the snap deep, looking, hopping, looking left, throwing downfield, and it's going to be broken up over on the far side of play. The intended receiver jumping up, turning around, and missing it was Maggie Nattell. And the Passion able to break that play up. Ashley Strawn was over there to defense that one. And we are at halftime with the Passion leading by a score of 28-13. What do you think?
You know, it is the battle of these two dynamic and storied franchises, and you got to believe that, yeah, New York is going in a little bit defeated, but their coaches are going to be in their face and talking to them and telling them this is not over until that buzzer sounds. And the Passion redoing the same thing. Don't rest on your laurels. This is the team that you've seen that can score on you quickly, and they're going to want to keep putting points on that scoreboard as well.
All right. Halftime is here. Passion leading 28-13. Jen, I know you're going to be headed down to the sidelines for our halftime interview. It's coming up in just a little bit right here on Jen Sports. Again with Jen Carins. New York Sharks 13 here in the IWFL playoffs tonight on the Jen Sports Network.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more service to physicians and than any. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Back here at Couple Stadium, getting set for the start of the second half of play. The Passion have rolled out to a 28-13 lead over the New York Sharks. And I realize that sounds like a sizable margin, but this is a little closer than that scoreboard indicates, doesn't it, Jen?
Oh, absolutely. These are two teams that can score at will and quickly. And so that is by far not enough cushion to feel comfortable against the New York Sharks.
Kickoff is going to be an onside kick. Passion scrambling, trying to get it away from New York. I don't think they were able to do it, though, and New York will hold on to the football on the surprise onside kick to start the second half of play, and it was Jenna Goldsack who covered up that ball. So the Passion coming with some trickery to start off the third period of play, but unable to pull it off, and now New York is in good field position here, just 2 yards shy of the midfield line. Third quarter tonight is brought to you by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. Karen Mulligan at quarterback goes under center. Has a triangle set to the left side. Looks right. Looks left. Throws right downfield, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Cotto on the fly. A streak down the near sideline, but she was covered well that time by 2 defenders for Pittsburgh. Strawn was back, step for step. And Kozo. My mistake. That was Kim Beaver who was step for step with her with Kozo. Second down and 10 now. Crystal Molina will check out of the lineup for New York. Maggie Nattell will sprint out wide to the left side. They bring another receiver into the slot. Toss over to the left side to Cottle. Cottle breaks one tackle from Vasquez, and then Vasquez catches up with her again on a second effort move and drags her down right at the line of scrimmage. What a great play.
Sharon Vasquez is a player who just doesn't give up, and she showed it to you just right there. Cottle escapes her first attempt. Then in trying to shed a different blocker, Vasquez realized she's still in her sights, gets up and brings her down.
Incredible. Third down and 10, New York. Cottle stays in the backfield. Shannon Morris is the fullback. They give it to her on the crossbuck, and Morris gets a couple of yards, and that's all. She was dragged down by Caitlin Niedermeyer and Olivia Griswold. Fourth down and 8. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Biondi Lincoln, it's better at Biondi, and by Bompiani Chiropractic. Congratulations to Dr. Luca J. Bompiani for being named the official team chiropractor for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion Football Club. New York will punt. Here's the step up, and banging it tall. This ball is going to be caught and returned out to the 32-yard line. Beaver on the return that time after the very high punt by Dana Mineta.
And that was Michelle Peters, who was just centimeters away from blocking that punt. Good defensive pressure there.
Tonight's broadcast presented by Overture Technologies. Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. By Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. By the Club Sport and Health, one membership, more options, more fun. By U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking. And by Noggin Sport Incorporated, protect your noggin with a noggin. Chris Shovlin, Jen Carins on the call. 13:02 to play. Third quarter action. Passion 28, New York 13. Baker in motion to the right side. Horton under center. Fakes a deep pitch and now hands off on the quick opener to Sierra Kimbrough, and she got trapped in the backfield, and that's going to be about a 3-yard loss. Good play up front by Jessica Gibson off the defensive line for the New York Sharks, and by Manuchka Nikki Joseph. Second and long for Pittsburgh. New York showing the blitz off the corner. Horton fumbles the snap from center. She's on the ground trying to pick it up and is not able to do it, and New York will recover the football. Courtney White, the defensive end, able to find the football on the turf, and New York gets the break here with 12:24 to go in the third. Passion leading by 15, but Pittsburgh coughs up the ball at its own 31-yard line.
Karen Mulligan and her crew are going to need to capitalize on this mistake.
Trips to the right side in a triangle set, and Cotto is the lone receiver to the left. Mulligan back to pass, looking for Cotto. She's flushed out of the pocket, throws downfield. Cotto incomplete. She reached up and came down empty. Ashley Strawn in coverage. Good rush that time on the quarterback Mulligan by Jessica Nelko.
Jessica Nelko forcing Karen Mulligan out of the pocket. Although Karen had a receiver open, she just could not deliver the ball. I think she just was running for her life at that point and tried to deliver it off balance and threw it a little bit high.
Second down and 10 for New York. Ball sitting at the Pittsburgh 31-yard line. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 12:17 to go, third quarter. Pittsburgh by 15 on the scoreboard. High backfield behind Mulligan, who's under center. Pittsburgh blitzing. Here's the give. It's going to be Morris running the football to the right side. And Morris gets spun around and thrown down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Griswold was on her right away. Zabovic was there as well. Crystal Molina checks back in. She'll be the wide out to the left. And to the right side, it'll be Maggie Nattell. Shannon Morris now, the I-back. Gets the handoff, runs it up the middle. Morris digging downfield, and Morris going to be just shy of the first down, it appears. Michelle Peters was the first one there. Also at the bottom of the pile for Pittsburgh was Caitlin Niedermeyer.
It looked as though the ball carrier was going to make it past that first down marker, but an excellent stop by 43 Michelle Peters.
Fourth down and a yard to go. New York trying to tighten this ball game up. They're trailing by 15. They're at the Pittsburgh 23. Here is the handoff, and that ball almost slipped out of the hands of the running back, and Pittsburgh will stop the plunge. The handoff was not clean, and Pittsburgh was able to stop it, and they will take over on downs at their own 23-yard line. It looked as if Adisha Butts had come in to run the ball that time, and as Mulligan turned to hand it to her, the ball was up at eye level, and she was trying to control it and couldn't.
And it's an unfortunate turn of events for the New York Sharks, who have been the closest they've been to bringing this game to within shooting distance for themselves.
Now Catone is trapped and spun out to the near side at the boundary line.
So when we think about who the Pittsburgh Passion may face in the next game, it's one of two Carolina options. And I've just been updated on the score of that game is that it's 20-0 early in the third quarter, and it's the Carolina Phoenix that have the upper hand over the Carolina Queens. So right now we might be looking at facing a team that we're familiar with in the Carolina Phoenix, and the next round should all go the Passion's way tonight.
I was going to say, we've seen them this year, haven't we?
We have.
Now Pittsburgh with the ball, second down and 12. And trying a little sprint draw, and Catone is decked in the backfield. She's not going to be able to go anywhere. It's going to be another loss on the play, so Pittsburgh is looking at 3rd down and 14. Delmara Reese in on the stop on that one with Nandi Brown. 3rd down, 14. Horton rolling right, stopping, setting, throwing, and that ball is caught by Baker. 1st down, Pittsburgh. A 16-yard pass play down the right sideline at the 35-yard line, and Pittsburgh gets to keep possession. They'll move the chains.
Baker doing an excellent job finding the space to be a wide open target for Lisa Horton, and although she got drilled upon catching the ball, she bounces up as if that was not an issue for her at all. Great job by Angela Baker.
You mentioned the Carolina Phoenix in the lead over the Carolina Queens. Pittsburgh defeated the Phoenix 41-6 here in Pittsburgh back on May 16th. So they know that opponent. That game's going to be played in Altoona, is that correct?
It is.
If the Passion can get there. Remember, this one is a 15-point game right now. Still plenty of time to go. Anything could happen, and Catone able to run the football ahead for about a 5-6 yard pickup. Second down and 4 now for Pittsburgh. Baker, flanker, goes in motion to the right side. Horton will wrap the handoff around and give it off to Catone down the right side. Catone has the 1st down, still on her feet at the 50-yard line, and gets popped hard over on that far sideline. But Pittsburgh again will move the sticks. First down, Pittsburgh at the 50-yard line. Here comes Baker from the right side. Sweep on the toss. Catone, stop and go move, and Catone digs it up to the 43-yard line.
Is signaling as though they have the ball.
Oh, they do. Wow. I didn't see it come out, Jen, but it directly in the hands of Amber Terrell. Oh, tough break for Pittsburgh here. They turn the ball over again.
Well, the Passion, the Sharks just training turnovers like it's a hot potato. Nobody wants the ball, but we'll see if this time the New York Sharks can capitalize.
New York has the football, 1st down and 10. 7:22 to go here in the 3rd period of play. 28-13, the Passion in the lead. New York still very hungry. Now they send a triangle trip set to the right side once again. Here's the pitch back to Cottle. Cottle deep in the backfield now, circles over to the left side of the 45-50. And Cottle got horse-collared over on that far side. I don't see a flag, though.
Looked like Griswold was the one who made the tackle. Sharon Vasquez was coming off the edge on a blitz and almost got Cottle in the backfield, but she was able to work her way around Vasquez to pick up the 1st down yardage.
An 11-yard gain by Erica Cottle.
Her neck is going to be sore tomorrow.
Telling me.
That hurts.
Maybe for the next week. Little whiplash. Tell and Molina both to the left side. Mulligan with 2 backs with her. Wraps it into Cottle's hands. Hit in the backfield. Bounces off. Cottle free. 45 down to the 40-yard line. Erica Cotto will pick up 6, able to break a tackle in the backfield.
Looked like she broke the tackle of Michelle Peters in the backfield, but that was then cleaned up by Kim Beaver. She gets about 6 yards on that carry.
Second down, 4 yards to go for New York. They faked the wide toss and went with a short one, and the quick handoff up the middle to Morris. Shannon Morris able to get the first down for New York down to the 35-yard line. Olivia Griswold might have been shaken up on that play. She's reaching down at her right knee and calf.
New York is moving the ball nicely on the Passion defense. You think they might look to go into a hurry-up set, but no signs of it. Karen Mulligan going to the sideline between each and every play.
Now, Jen, they're going to switch up the formations, go with the slots to each side. Mulligan hopping around, looking, darting one over to the right side, and down at her knees making the catch is Maggie Nattell at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 5-yard gain.
Nice effort by Maggie Nattell, scooping it up before it could hit the carpet and then bobbling it and having the wherewithal to be able to reel it back in.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Atlas Resource Partners LP. Atlas Resource Partners has over 40 years of experience in oil and gas development, the longest among its peers. By Champ Sports, the official broadcast team of the Pittsburgh Passion, and by Lowe's Home Improvement. Never stop improving. Wraparound handoff. This is Butts running the football again. Or check that. Grimsley, I should say. Look at her go. She's going to back her way all the way down to the goal line and fall in. Touchdown, New York. Jewel Grimsley getting the handoff and in a flash, zipping down to the end zone, practically backing her way in, but there's a penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be holding against New York. No touchdown. So another costly mistake for New York as they have to take the points off the board. They got a 10-yard penalty, and now they're looking at second down and 11. Ball sitting at their own 36-yard line, or I should say Pittsburgh's 36-yard line. And let's see if they can do it all over again. Now some confusion in the alignment. Pittsburgh blitzing. Mulligan, play action fake, curls to the right, flips a shot up into the air, and that one is caught. Breaking a tackle is Nattell down the sideline, jammed up at the 15-yard line, but a first down. Beaver in there on the stop along with Tia Montgomery of Pittsburgh, but again, they let Nattell loose. And New York is back in the red zone right now. The ball sitting just shy, or right on the 15-yard line, I should say, right in the middle of the pitch. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Perkins Dental Associates. One life, one smile. By PT's Pizza Palace, proud supporter of number 87, Jill Croce and the Pittsburgh Passion. By California University, building character, building careers. Mulligan, again the play fake, rolls left, fires down, end zone, broken up.
Looks like Ashley Strawn was the defensive back on the coverage.
Nattell and Strawn were battling in the end zone, almost hand fighting when that ball was delivered down there, and Strawn did a nice job breaking that pass play up. Now it's second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Mattel will go left. Molina will be in the left side slot. Over to the right side, Brylan Fields is the tight end. Here's the snap. Mulligan fakes the toss, now gives to Morris. Run up the middle. Morris down to the 10. And Morris finally stacked up and knocked over it around the 8-yard line. And Jessica Nelko was able to find her along with some help. Rachel Wadowski was there too. Third down and 3 for New York. 2 minutes left here in the third period of play. Still a 15-point lead for Pittsburgh. They're up 28-13, but New York just keeps coming at them. They haven't been able to punch it over all that much.
They haven't. Here they are knocking on the door again, and so they need to this time burst through that door.
Morris, the lone setback. They fake it to her. Mulligan throws down deep in Pittsburgh territory. The ball is tipped, and then it falls harmlessly to the field as Brylan Fields reached out, tried to grab it, and she could not bring it in. And I'm not sure who was in coverage for the Passion, but they wouldn't let her lunge after the football, which was great.
It looks again like it might have been number 10, Ashley Strawn.
Now New York is looking at fourth down. Fourth, a little more than 3. The ball sitting at the 8-yard line. We've seen this before, haven't we?
We have.
Listen to the crowd coming alive.
At the direction of Lisa Horton, rallying them up.
Mulligan backs up, takes the snap, looks,
Right.
throws over the middle, crossing pattern, caught, and a touchdown for New York. Jewel Grimsley running right to left across the field behind the linebackers, able to catch that dart from Mulligan, and she scores.
Mulligan did not see number 40, Crystal Molina, wide open in the right corner of the end zone. Far safer choice for her, but this one worked out.
Now New York trying to tack on that point. They're going to go for 2. Remember, they missed an extra point earlier, so they keep the offense out there. It's 28-19 right now with $1:21 to go in the third. Mulligan will have Morris out to her left shoulder. Takes the snap, looks, zips one, end zone, 2-point conversion. They get it into the hands of Maggie Nattell, and they make this a 7-point game. The Passion 28, the Sharks 21 with 1:21 left in quarter number 3. Nail-biting time, huh?
It definitely is. I mean, I think we talked before that was not a comfortable cushion against a team like the Sharks. But rest assured that the Pittsburgh Passion offense have been chomping out the bit to get back on this field and respond.
Apparently New York has seen something up the middle from Pittsburgh, and they've been exploiting it on the pass. They've been able to exploit a little bit on the run, and they've mixed up their offensive play calling pretty well here against the Passion tonight. And again, we told you during the pregame show, this is as close a rivalry as Pittsburgh has in the IWFL. And this game and the last one at New York were as close as Pittsburgh has been in a ball game over the last year and a half. Passion haven't lost since 2013. Here's the kickoff, and the return is on. This is Kim Beaver. And Beaver is hit down at the 32-yard line. Good kick coverage by Gabby Myra and Paige Goldsack. Now the Passion have the ball back. Pittsburgh needs to score to put some more distance between them and the Sharks. Right now it's a 7-point game. Angela Baker coming in motion across the back of the set over to the left side. She'll go into the slot. Play fake. Horton hands off. Catone. Catone with a nice head of steam coming out of the backfield. Runs forward for a 7-yard pickup. Grimsley making the stop on the play. Playing on both sides of the ball here tonight. Joel Grimsley caught that pass for the touchdown in that last series for New York, and Natel got the 2-point conversion catch. 2nd down and 3 for Pittsburgh. Wadowski out to the right side. Baker is the flanker to the left. Angela goes in motion now. High backfield behind Lisa Horton under center. Lisa turns and gives. Catone again to the right side. Catone hit and then breaks a tackle and glides forward for a 1st down. A gain of 7 on the run play. 2nd effort. Nice push by Tara Catone.
Very strong running by Tara Catone, something that we've seen out of her all season long. She's got well over 1,000 yards on the season thus far.
Just a rookie. She's had a great first season here in women's pro football.
She absolutely has. She's made an immediate impact on this team, which is not easy for a rookie when you've got a team as deep with talent as the Pittsburgh Passion.
And we've come to the end of the 3rd period of play, presented by U.S. Foods. After 3 quarters, it's the Pittsburgh Passion 28, the New York Sharks 21 with Jen Carins, Chris Shovlin. Back for more after this.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-9.
Ready for the 4th period of play, brought to you by Biondi Lincoln. The Pittsburgh Passion leading 28-21 over the Sharks, who've made a game out of this one, as we knew. Here's Horton with a play fake, and now the end-around play to Angela Baker looking for blockers. And Baker finds them, and Baker turns it upfield, and Baker plunges over backwards for what appears to be a 1st down.
These Pittsburgh Passion ladies are not ready to go home. They are ready to repeat their championship season. You can see that with every extra effort being made on the field.
If they can survive tonight here in Pittsburgh, they would head for Altoona to play a game at a neutral site. And they would play one of the 2 Carolina franchises who are locked in battle down south tonight. Carolina Phoenix leading in that game over the Queens. Here's Horton, play fake, rolls right, throws downfield. Wadowski, and that pass is going to be broken up beautifully that time by Nandi Brown. Just got some fingers on it.
Rachel had some distance between her and her defender, Nandi Brown, but as the ball was in the air, Nandi made a great closing effort. It almost came down with it.
3rd down and short. So the Passion really had a play to give there. Now they've got to worry about getting that. Sierra Kimbrough and Tara Catone, the running backs. In the Angela Baker, the flanker, in motion to the left side once again. 3rd down and inches. Horton calls her own number, has the 1st down, keeps going, 40, 35. Oh, she dropped the luggage.
And New York has it.
New York has picked up the fumble by quarterback Lisa Horton. It's Nandi Brown who comes up with the ball.
And we have a Passion player down. Is that Lisa? Slow up, and a New York Shark player down.
Nandi Brown recovered that fumble. She's the one shaken up.
It doesn't look like something she's going to shake off, and she's one of their main contributors all night long, playing both sides of the ball.
14:05 to play in the game. The Passion leading 28-21 over the New York Sharks. New York has climbed back into this ball game. They were down 21-0. Pittsburgh got touchdowns by Rachel Wadowski, a 9-yard pass from Lisa Horton. Olivia Griswold blocked a punt, recovered it, and returned it for a touchdown. Wadowski picked up her second pass play from Horton in the early stages of the second period of play to put Pittsburgh up 21-0. Then Brylan Field scored for New York on a pass from Karen Mulligan. They got the extra point, making it 21-7. Erica Cottle scored on a New York run. They got the extra point, were penalized. They had to kick it over further back, and it hit the upright and bounced out no good, so it was 21-13. Pittsburgh increased the lead when Lisa Horton scored with 13 seconds left in the first half, put them up 28-13. And now New York has been on a march. They don't want to go home either. Joel Grimsley scored with 1:21 to go in the third period of play. And they got the two-point conversion on a pass play from Mulligan to Nattell, so it's 28-21. Nandy Brown just stripped Lisa Horton, the quarterback of the Passion, of the football on a run play for a first down. Brown recovered the ball. She was shaken up, and now she's walking off over on the other side.
It'll be a huge loss for the New York Sharks if Nandy Brown cannot return to this game.
Tough break for Pittsburgh. They were on the march. Now New York has the football. They're going to try to tie this game up. Cottle gets the handoff. Cottle running to the right. Got stopped, broke out to the right, finally got knocked down by Kim Zabovic.
Cottle is rarely brought down by the first person who meets her in the backfield. It's one of the wonderful skill sets that she has. But Michelle Peters was able to slow her up enough for the next defender to track Cottle down.
Second down and 11. 13.5 to go in the game. Pittsburgh in a dogfight with the New York Sharks. Mulligan under center with an eye backfield behind her. Turns and gives. And Tia Montgomery just teed off on the running back that time and ripped her down right as she got to the line of scrimmage.
Tia Montgomery having a heck of a night. Playing her heart out there today.
Third down and 11. Mulligan has Shannon Morris out to her left shoulder. Double slot formation. Third down and 11 with 12:21 to play in the game. New York down 7 to Pittsburgh. Blitz coming. Mulligan throws through it. Caught at 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, New York.
And there's a Passion player down. It looks as though as she tried to take Cottle down, she fell awkwardly up. Nope, she's up on her own accord. That was 41, Kim Beaver.
Erica Cottle running the fly down the near side left, and New York is a point away from tying this ball game up with 12:06 to play. We talked about how important special teams are. Here we go for an amazingly important extra point. New York will kick it up into the air, up into the night sky, and it's up and good. It's a tie ball game as Maggie Nattell just drilled it through the posts, and it's 28-28. An amazing comeback for New York, down 21-0 early on in this ball game, Jen.
You know, you got to give it to the New York Sharks right now, playing in hostile territory, not giving up on themselves when they are down 21-7, and just continuing to battle back.
A tie here in the fourth period of play. Erica Connell running the fly outside of the hash marks. And Mulligan nailing her with the football. Kim Beaver stretched out, trying to tackle her. Connell broke the tackle and took it all the way downfield.
That touchdown was all teed up by the Passion. Unfortunate turnover as the Passion was seemingly driving on New York into New York territory.
First tie of the ball game since it was 0-all. Dana Mineta will kick off. Winds up, boots it. Tall, far side. Here's the return by Pittsburgh. Angela Baker. And Baker will run it over the 42-yard line. The ball comes squirting out. Now the officials are going to say it was down. Wow. That's what set this whole thing up, was a fumbled ball. Lisa Horton trying to stretch out a first down run and got hit, and the ball got recovered by Nandy Brown, who was shaken up on the play, but then New York was able to turn it downfield and score. Got to protect that ball. Pittsburgh will try to do just that with 11:54 to go in the game, all tied up at 28-all. Wadowski out to the left side and Baker to the right. An eye backfield behind Lisa Horton, who's under center on first down and 10. Baker goes in motion behind the set. Stops over in the left slot. Turning, giving, Horton to Catone. Catone running to the right, circles deep in the backfield, tries to turn it upfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all, and it's Nandy Brown making the stop on the play after we saw Catone get flushed back to her by Jessica Gibson.
That was a very nice open field tackle by Nandy Brown. Catone has that ability to juke defenders right out of their cleats, and Nandy took a step one direction but still was able to grab hold of Catone's legs and take her down.
Now they're going to say Catone did gain one. Second down, 9. Catone and Kimbrough. Sierra Chick Kimbrough, fullback in this set. Horton will send her flanker across again. 11:01 to go in the game. Horton rolling out to the left, pumping, now throwing downfield. That ball is caught for the first down over on the far side of Wadowski. And Wadowski will step out of bounds after making the catch in front of the New York bench. And that will be at the 46-yard line and a first down for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Nice comeback route by Rachel Wadowski, giving her just enough separation between her and the defensive back.
Tonight's game brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. And by Biondi Lincoln, it's better at Biondi, and they bring you the fourth period tonight. Now Baker coming into the slot to the right side next to Rachel Wadowski. Here's the give. Catone, quick opener, dives up over the middle, has a 6-yard pickup on the straight dive. And she's run down by Jessica Gibson.
Very nice push by the front five there, creating the hole for Catone to jet through.
Second down and 4 now for Pittsburgh with 9:50 to go in the game, all tied up at 28-all. Horton will send Baker across the backside once again. Give to Catone to the right. Catone gets hit, and as she fell forward, just came down shy of the marker. So pick up 3. She needed 4. It's third down and 1. And the Passion in the hurry up now. New York wants to call a timeout. Pittsburgh was ready to snap that ball and go. The Carolina Phoenix, Jen, are leading the Queens 20-0 at the end of 3 periods of play. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game, and it looks like it's going to be the Phoenix.
Yeah, I would assume that the Carolina Phoenix, who are former national champions, are looking to move on and see Pittsburgh yet again and return the favor of dethroning the prior national champions the way that Pittsburgh did to them last year.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Bappiani Chiropractic. Congratulations once again to Dr. Luca J. Bappiani for being named the official team chiropractor of the defending world champion Pittsburgh Passion football team. By Overture Technologies, Overture Marketplace, the only place to compare personalized student loan rates and terms. Super Donuts, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. The Club Sport and Health, one membership, more options, more fun. And by U.S. Foods, keeping kitchens cooking.
Cantone's been doing a lot of the lay work in this fourth quarter, and she has well over 100 yards on the game.
This time it's going to be the quarterback, Lisa Horton, snaking through and sneaking through and getting the ball down to the 31-yard line. And this time, Jen, Lisa wasn't going to let go of that rock.
No. Lisa's a very disciplined player, and I'm sure she was kicking herself for having dropped the ball earlier, that she's not going to let that happen again.
First down, 10 yards to go. Pittsburgh Passion football tied up at 28-all with a very tough New York Sharks. 8:40 left in the game. Tick, 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 tick. That clock is running. Pittsburgh runs. Catone up the middle. And Tara takes it down to the 28. Give her about a 3.5-yard gain. Second down, 7 for Pittsburgh. Slot right formation. Kimbrough and Catone, the running backs in the eye. Lisa, play fake, throws, incomplete. Nobody there, down at the 15-yard line.
Looks as though the closest receiver would have been 82 Angela Baker.
The defending national champions, the Pittsburgh Passion, on the ropes here at home tonight. 7:51 to go in the game. They're tied with New York at 28-all. Third down, 7. Ball sitting at the New York 28-yard line. Broken eye backfield now. As Horton goes in the pistol, she'll send both running backs over to her left. She'll roll to the left. She'll throw down to the left, and that ball is going to be broken up on the far side. And we've got a late flag. Rachel Wadowski, I believe, was the receiver over on the far side, just shy of the first down marker. She reached out, trying to bring the ball down. And one of the Sharks came over and broke up the play, and there might have been a little extracurricular activity after it was all said and done.
Yeah, it looked like there wasn't pass interference initially. It was a well-timed hit, but it's on the far side of the field. Hard to see what happened after the fact, but clearly something.
Face mask call, personal foul. So it's against the Passion, and it's going to be the serious kind, and that will be a 15-yard penalty against Pittsburgh, and that really takes the Passion out of this down because of distance. It is now third down and 22 yards to go for Pittsburgh. They have to get to the inside the 22-yard line to get a first down, and Pittsburgh's going to have to call a timeout here to dream something up.
Well, you saw Wadowski, Baker from the field giving the sign, the bunch symbol as they're talking to their offensive coordinator, Anna Santoro, and then Vasquez seemingly coming onto the field. So imagine they want to give themselves a hot second to talk about it.
Passion football tonight brought to you by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Biondi Lincoln. It's better at Biondi. Chris Shovlin, former Passion star Jennifer Carins, here at Couple Stadium on the south side tonight with Champ Sports Network. 28-28, Sharks. Passion tied up, 7:43 to go. Pittsburgh has not lost a game since 2013. They ran the table last year, went undefeated. They've been undefeated so far this year. New York's only losses, and they're 6-2 coming into the game, were both to Pittsburgh. The last one, however, was as close as Pittsburgh has been in a ball game for the last 2 seasons.
And Lisa took control of that huddle in the timeout, so clearly she's following her teammates' lead in the bunch formation.
And here they go, the bunches to the right, the triangle set. Lisa winds, throws, long, too long, incomplete. Vasquez, the intended receiver, running it out over to the right side, a slant out.
Horton took a hit in that play.
Pittsburgh's looking at 4th down and long, Jen, 4th and 22.
Horton looks to be a little shaken up after that hit. So the punt team is coming on.
I think a good decision. Try to pin New York back deep in its own territory if they can. Hopefully Wadowski can get a good punt off. Here comes a snap and a flag. Play is stopped. And it appears to be against Pittsburgh, and it will be. Illegal procedure call will knock the ball back 5 more yards, and the line of scrimmage now becomes the 48-yard line in New York side of the field. Wadowski will punt from Pittsburgh's 42. Snap, low one, picks it up, punts it long downfield. It'll bang at the 26. It'll come out of bounds, however. She couldn't keep that one in play. And New York will have the ball at its own 25-yard line. So they're in pretty good shape now with 7:28 to go here in the football game, tied up at 28 all. If you're a Passion fan, you're extremely concerned right now.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing this, right? In former leagues and matchups past, perhaps, but not in the last year and a half.
New York steps up to the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. Karen Mulligan has ably run her offense, particularly in this second half. Mulligan gets the snap. The toss will go to Cottle. She'll sweep it over to the right side. Cottle tries to turn it upfield. It gets dragged down by the arm. And it was Zubovic in on the play that time.
Zubovic was determined not to let her get that corner. Just as she turned, she reached out, slowed her down, was able to drag her down. Shows you the strength that Kim Zubovic has.
See Janice Masters in the ball game right now, too, up on the line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain by New York. 2nd down and 9. Mulligan goes gun. Empties out the backfield. Snap. It'll be a looping one. Penalty flag in the air. A zip pass over to the right side. Low and away. No good. Incomplete. Remember that flag. Laura Baden was the intended receiver on that far side as they went with the double slot formation. Now they're going to wave the flag off. No penalty.
There was 2 of them, so it was interesting to see what they thought they saw.
Game tied at 28. 6:33 to go. 4th period action. Crowd getting into it again, imploring the defense to come alive. 3rd down and 9. Mulligan hands off to Cottle. Cottle trying to dance out of the backfield, lunges forward for a 3-yard pickup, and that's all. And the defense did respond well.
The New York Sharks had so much effectiveness throwing the ball up the middle. You wonder why they're abandoning it now, especially as the run game starts to tighten up on them.
Erica Cottle shaking up on that run play. Jen, her helmet is off, and now she's hopped back up, and she'll walk to the sideline. It is 4th down and 6 yards to go. And New York has a little bit of a decision to make here. Maybe thinking back to the first period of play, they decided not to try to move the football and punt it instead.
You would hope one would learn from a lesson.
They apparently have. Now Pittsburgh needs to get a return. And they better watch for the fake, too. You never know. Ball is going to be punted well. Baker circles under it. Finds it in the lights. 45, cuts far side, 50. Angela Baker won't be able to turn the corner. She'll get run down over on the New York bench on the far side of play. But Pittsburgh is okay. The game is tied 28-all. 5 minutes, 47 seconds to go. And the Passion are at the New York Sharks' 47-yard line. Last time Pittsburgh was tied at home after the half was on April 6, 2013. They were deadlocked with the DC Divas. They lost the game. We do not want to see a repeat.
We do not.
Matt Fargo, our producer, handing us that little tidbit. First and 10, Pittsburgh. Lisa Horton has taken a couple of hard hits here in the second half. And that last series, she got belted once, too. She's going to look downfield. She's going to throw a sidearm flinger. It's no good. Sharon Vasquez reached one hand up in the air trying to drag it down, and she was covered very well.
Vasquez hasn't been in at wide receiver much today except for the first series, and now they're bringing her back in to give Lisa Horton her 3 biggest threats, and Wadowski, Baker, and Vasquez out there.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, and by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. 2nd down and 10, Passion. 5:43 to go. Tied up at 28-all. Catone moves out of the backfield and into the slot. Over to the right side. Here's Horton looking, rushes on. Horton spun down, sacked. Hard hit on Lisa Horton.
Is that number 63?
No, that was 99, Delmara Reese.
Delmara Reese.
She was the woman you mentioned earlier. And Horton shaken up.
Prior to going down, Horton has had nearly a 100-yard passing game today. She's just shy at 96 yards.
Reese with a hard tackle. Horton went down on her back. And her head hit the ground pretty hard. Five and a half minutes left in the ball game tonight. The Passion tied with New York at 28-all. Training staff from UPMC Sports Medicine out there on the field working on the quarterback of the Passion.
Lisa's favorite target in the air tonight has been number 17, Rachel Wadowski. No surprise. She's got 62 yards and 2 touchdowns on the evening.
Co-head coach Teresa Kahn is out there. Harvey Smith. Now they've called for the docs to check on Lisa Horton. And we can hear the fireworks going up into the air from the North Shore.
The Pirates did overcome the Braves again tonight.
All right. And we've become quiet here, so we'll take a break here as the Pittsburgh Passion quarterback Lisa Horton shaking up on that hard tackle by Damara Reese being attended to right now. 5.5 minutes left in the ball game. It's anybody's game. The Passion and the Sharks from New York are tied at 28 here on Champ Sports. Lisa Horton, after being attended to, is off to the sidelines right now. She may have been knocked out. We're not positive because we're up here and she's down there. But, boy, it looked like she went out cold for a while.
Yeah, you didn't see much movement on the field, and the concern on the folks' faces spoke volumes.
Well, she and one of the UPMC docs walking into the locker room right now, so Pittsburgh's going to have to go without their starting quarterback.
Angela Baker's under center now.
And Baker throws a little screen pass over to the left. Catone, 30, 20, 10, and tackled inside the 5-yard line. Angela Baker's first pass of the game was a screen to the left, and Tara Catone went all the way down inside the Silver Sports Silver Zone and is just a yard away from the end zone.
It's as though they caught the New York Sharks defense completely off guard, not expecting a pass from the replacement for Horton, and she throws a little screen pass to Catone, and Catone off to the races.
46 yards on the pass play. And now Angela Baker will step behind center. She is in the pistol. Catone will be the running back behind her. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Baker gets the snap, runs it to the right. And she is going to be hit back at the 4-yard line and pushed over backwards. They're going to spot progress to the 5. Delmara Reese, who knocked Lisa Horton out of the ball game, make the stop. And Pittsburgh right now is looking at 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Game tied at 28-all. The starter, Lisa Horton, knocked out of the ball game. Pittsburgh gets a spark from Angela Baker and Tara Catone. But now they're at 2nd down and goal from the 5. 3:38 left. The defending national champions trying to pull out a win here at home. Here's the handoff, the wraparound. Or no, she faked it, and now Baker will carry it on her own. Baker around the left side is out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Great fake on the play. It looked as if she got it to Sierra Chick Kimbrough, and instead she carried it out to the far left. 3rd and goal from the 1.
They sold the fake very well there. And even as they were stringing her on the outside, it was hard to tell if it was Angela Baker or Tara Catone had the ball until you could see who they started to shade over to. Great job by Angela Baker.
Kate Sullivan came over and got a play from the sideline and brings it into Baker. Sullivan lined up the tight end to the right side. Sharon Vasquez is the flanker right. Baker Takes the snap, hands it off, run to the right. It's Catone stretching, diving, scoring. Touchdown, Pittsburgh from a yard away. Tara Catone on the handoff. 2:53 remaining in the ball game, and the Passion have broken the tie and lead 34-28 over the New York Sharks.
I mean, this just shows you the depth and the heart that the Pittsburgh Passion teams has. One would think you knock out the juggernaut that is Lisa Horton, that they're going to fall back on their heels, and they come and punch you in the face.
Now for the point after touchdown. Amy Fallon is on. Snap, placement, kick on its way, end over end. It's good. 35-28 Passion with 2:53 remaining in the ball game. Tara Catone took that handoff from Baker and wanted that touchdown.
Absolutely. She was not to be denied, and she fought for every inch that she earned.
And what set it all up? The screen pass. Angela Baker, after Lisa Horton got knocked out of the ball game, flung that ball almost laterally to the left. Catone made the grab and took it all the way down to the 2.
This is what the Pittsburgh Passion contingency planned for. I mean, practice after practice, they're switching people around to say, what if this happens? And they proved that there's a good reason to do so. And Angela Baker stepped in without missing a beat.
Fallon again will just pop it up into the air, and the ball is caught, and it looks like it's Mulligan out there who was able to grab that ball, and she turned around trying to protect it and went down hard. Not sure if that was Mulligan or Terrell. Oh, it was Terrell. Terrell made the return catch. And it was Remy Olenzak who socked her to the ground.
So leading the way for the defense right now tonight, and who we're going to have to call on in order to keep this score the way it is Kim Zabovic with 8 tackles, Michelle Peters with 8 tackles, and Tia Montgomery, who called her name a lot today, with 9 tackles.
They've been tremendous. Jen, they have been tremendous.
And now you got the crowd involved. New York has got, the 12th man on the field.
Sounds like we're at a Steeler game in the 70s. Oh, short and incomplete.
Dangerous double coverage there she threw into between Tia Montgomery and Michelle Peters.
She was looking for Erica Cottle. And she saw those 2 defenders, and she put the ball where only Cottle could find it, but Cottle couldn't even get there. 2nd down and 10 with 2:44 remaining in the game. The Passion up by 7. Mulligan looking, hopping, throwing over to the left side, and that ball is going to be caught. That was a great catch on a rollover by Maggie Nattell.
Clock is not their friend right now. They need to be moving quicker than this. New York not showing any pep in their step.
2:20 left. Passion 35, New York 28. Karen Mulligan spending a lot of time calling the play in the huddle. I think you're absolutely right. They're wasting time. 3rd down and 3. And they're going to get the 2-minute warning.
Karen Mulligan is a skilled enough and veteran enough quarterback that she should be sent in with a couple of different options, take lead of the offense the way Lisa Horton does, and use this clock to her advantage. They're wasting precious seconds delivering the play call.
Yeah, absolutely, Jen. Unlike in the first half, they're going to use the 2-minute warning this time. How can you believe this game here tonight? Pittsburgh out to a 21-0 lead. New York comes back to tie it up at 28-all.
The fans in attendance tonight are getting full price of their ticket here. These 2 teams are delivering on the promise that it was going to be a hard-fought, tough game. Down to the buzzer.
Okay, here we go. 1:58 left. 3rd down, 3 for New York. Mulligan back, looking left, throwing left. Broken up! Broken up on the play that time. Getting a hand on the football. It looked to be Hannah Damon, number 36, who batted the ball down.
Hannah Damon, a rookie this year, coming up with a big pass deflection there.
Hannah Damon, one of the youngest women playing in the IWFL this year. I think she just graduated from high school last year, didn't she?
I believe so, out of Anaca, PA, Central Valley High School.
4th down and 3. Maybe New York's last chance. Mulligan, snap, flags. Let's see what this is all about. Pittsburgh looks as if it's signaling the penalty is against New York, and it is as the officials walk it off. A 5-yard mark off.
Well, and as we just noticed, Lisa Horton's back out, warming up on the sidelines. Don't know if her number will be called to return back in. I can tell you she'd want to be back in, whether the doctors have cleared her or not, and whether this is just letting New York know that she's available.
4th down, 8. I'll be honest with you, I hope they don't need her. .152 to play. Mulligan gets a looping snap, looks, sets, throws long, too far for everybody, incomplete. Incomplete, and Pittsburgh will take over on downs with 1:45 remaining in the game, and they should be able to run the clock out.
Karen Mulligan seemingly had no receiver in the area, well overthrown. She wasn't under pressure. Seemed just the ball was just one that got away from her this time.
Now it's time to guard that ball. And it will be Lisa Horton going back in at quarterback. Sierra Chick Kimbrough will be the fullback. Tara Catone is the tailback. Slot to the right side, Wadowski and Baker. Sullivan tight end left. Horton goes under center on 1st down and 10. Pittsburgh will run. This is Catone taking it up the middle. Catone getting stacked up after a gain of about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. And should be thrown over backwards with 1:38 remaining in the game, and New York calls a timeout.
These two teams, Chris, showing you why they are in the top 10 scoring offenses in the league. I think you've got the Passion, believe it or not, as much as they score, they're 3rd in the league, and the Sharks bringing up the number 9 position.
(35-28) Pittsburgh. Tara Catone scored what could be the game-winning touchdown with 2:53 to go after she set up that touchdown, catching a 46-yard screen pass from Angela Baker, who came in to spell Lisa Horton, who was knocked out. Amy Fallon added the extra point kick. That's what separates the Sharks from the Passion. 2nd down. Horton drops back, gives off. Catone looking for a hole, finding one. Catone diving over the 30, ahead of the 28. That's a Pittsburgh 1st down with 1:29 to go in the game.
We had a Passion player hobble off the sideline, number 35, Kim Dreschlick.
New York is forced to call another timeout.
Horton back in under center.
New York just trying to figure out a way to get that ball away from the Pittsburgh Passion right now. They're talking over there about ball hawking, stripping, going after it. They don't have time just to concentrate on getting stops. They have to strip that ball loose, and I'm sure Teresa Kahn and Harvey Smith are telling the Passion, you've got to wrap your arms around that football. Use both arms. Don't let it loose. Don't carry it like that proverbial loaf of bread. You've got to protect the ball. First down and 10, Pittsburgh. 1:22 left in the game. The Passion up 35-28 over the New York Sharks. Winner gets to play the Carolina Phoenix next week. Horton will take the snap and take the knee. Apparently that last timeout was New York's final timeout. So the Passion, looking at second down and 12 from the 30, will step up to the line again. Horton will take her good old time. She'll have her hands on her hips. She'll take the snap. She'll take the knee. The clock continues to spin with 39 seconds left. And it looks like the Pittsburgh Passion are going to be headed for Altoona, Pennsylvania next week for a matchup with the Carolina Phoenix. Jen, is that right?
Yeah, and if the fans want to travel with us, it's not that far outside the city. We're going to be at Mansion Park in Altoona at 7 p.m.
Sounds like a deal. Clock continues to roll. The Passion don't even need to take the snap. This game is going to end with a Passion in the win column again. 35-28 over the New York Sharks. Pittsburgh survives a big scare for the second meeting in a row with New York.
Those New York Sharks almost got their prey, as you said, at this beginning of this game, this third time around, hoping it was a charm. But again, they come up as the bridesmaid, not the bride.
An incredible finish. And an equally incredible comeback for New York, down 21-0 in this game to force the tie at the 12:06 mark of the fourth period of play. 28-all when Erica Cottle caught that pass from Mulligan and streaked down the field. But with 2:53 to go in the fourth, Tara Catone scored on a 1-yard run. That was after the 46-yard screen pass that she caught from Angela Baker, who was in for Lisa Horton, who got knocked out. And the Passion ended up scoring on that drive and winning it 35-28.
Tara Catone just racking up another 100-plus yard game this season. Same with Lisa Horton, tacking on another 100-plus yard passing game. So this is just a formidable offense that just continues to get stronger week after week. And the Carolina Phoenix is going to have their hands full next week, Chris.
I'll tell you what, it was a fun one to watch, wasn't it?
It absolutely was.
And I've got a feeling next week's is going to be a fun one to watch as well. As you mentioned, Carolina Phoenix, one of the past national champions. As a matter of fact, Pittsburgh was able to take their championship away from the Phoenix last year. And the last two defending national champions will face each other next week in Altoona. So that should be a thrill for the folks up there who haven't been able to make it into town to see this great game of women's professional football, and for the folks here in the city who want to take a little ride out in the suburbs.
That's right, and the Carolina team is going to be extra motivated because the championship is down in their neck of the woods. So I'm sure that they would like to make it easy for their fan base to continue to follow them this season, but the Pittsburgh Passion are not ready to give up on this dream of a repeat championship.
All right, for those of you listening in on Sportsnet, thank you for tuning in on the internet and listening to our live streaming broadcast. The Passion win it 35-28. For those of you watching on video tonight, we're going to head down to the sidelines, have our little post-game chat with one of the stars of the game tonight. The Passion win it 35-28. Head for Altoona for the next round of the IWFL playoffs against the Carolina Phoenix.